Okay, Mike here at Sky Include. I'm doing the Alt Root Zone series here on the channel, and it just came to be the second one was perfect timing. It's August 25th, 2026, and this announcement just came out from Unstoppable, and they've been around for a while, right? Selling lots of Web3 names, and they made their announcement. As others have, they've come out a couple weeks into announcement timing of this traditional Web 2 ICANN process, and let's get through it. I'm gonna try to be professional, and I have an outline here, and you can always check our blog. It's got very detailed. So I'm using, of course, AI. And I'm doing deep research. I'm going through the history of the root zone, the alt root zone. I'm going deep. So I don't think you should watch this till you watch the last one. I went deep into like the 1970s and 80s of the internet and root zones and alt root zones. So maybe that will help you understand more what's going on. I've been trying my best to educate people on Sky Include since 2020. 6 years, can you believe that? So, the picture here is the ones that Unstoppable will be going for. They applied for. I think that each one of these is $227,000. So about about what's that? Right, and it's like $500,000, $750,000, $1 million, and $2,003 right here on this screenshot to ICANN application fee. So that's a great business, man. That is a great business if I can, man. I would love that business. Anyway, so they got 1.2 or 1.3 million dollars for these five. I don't recognize most of these five from Unstoppable, but let's read the news. So they applied for these five, and they explain each of these. It's actually a really amazing. Telegram and them are working together for the .gram. Monero. So I guess Monero people will have to not be private because you can't be private on Web 2 domains. So I guess they're going to have to give their information to some registrar. There's who is privacy, but yeah, I mean, Monero. So these are the five, but I think I want to focus on the ones that didn't get through. So .agent's one of them. They started it with 5 partner TLDs that are not processing, saying that the partner behind the TLD didn't want to move forward. You can choose to keep your Web3 or return the domain for a refund. Domains ending in anime domains are eligible for refund and purchase on or after June 5th, 2024. I don't fully understand. I bought some Unstoppable actually on this channel. I don't know if I can get a refund. I don't know. I mean, I think they're getting a lot of customer service requests. Don't look forward to those customer service people. But these are not going through. And then kind of the ones you might remember, .crypto, .zil were the first two. Wallet, which they sued one of our community members, and that was really painful with Scott. So they're not doing it. And the highlight here is ICANN's planned integration rules would require every name in an integrated namespace to be registered. It's windy here today. Got my window. Would be registered in the DNS and paid for, and registrars to disclose their data. For us, that means 4 million. 4 million Web3 names. They don't call them domains, they call them names, including people who bought a name, not a domain, a name, a name years ago purely for on-chain use and never asked to be in the DNS. We aren't willing to force that on our users or bill them for it. And then they give some details. I guess to get refunds on these made on or after March 5th, they're eligible. Blockchain, June. But I don't understand about Anyway, I'm not gonna get into details. So we're on the alt root zone, and I said this years ago. Unstoppable didn't have a root zone. They're trying to integrate into the ICANN root zone. They really, attacked Handshake community members, and we're a root zone. So Handshake is a root zone. I'm gonna bring over my notes. This will also be a blog. I'm not sure if there's gonna be more of these coming out in the next bull market or not. These people just picking a random extension and collecting money for it, basically. And I don't know if there's any more people like this. They're really good at Facebook ads. I'm not good at Facebook ads. And collect a lot of money. But I'm not sure if they're going to be around. Anyways, we're still selling .agents. We've sold some registrations. I'm not pushing hard. If you'd like a .agent on the Handshake alternative root zone DNS, you can do that. You don't need to wait for Chrome or ICANN in a couple of years. We don't even know who's applying. It's not been announced. There's been some announcements of the agent community here. I've seen them tweeting around. I should have a chat with them. But the idea is I'm trying to hold my breath here about dunking on Unstoppable, although they've attacked our Handshake community over the years a lot, quite badly. But I think the main lesson is Handshake is a root zone, right? And we tried to integrate with ICANN. There was allocation of coins, discussions. I even took a head over there to the Hanoi event and said a little bit. But we're not participating with the ICANN's new extensions. And I'm not that worried about it. I'm not that worried about it. But it's a different, if you watched our first video, we are not just a naming protocol. I'm just a directory. We are participants in this protocol, and we don't have conflicts with like .com and others. But of course, these new ones are being conflicts because they're selling millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in application fees to ICANN. I don't know how many millions. Tens of millions or more into their treasuries. But, we don't need to opt into that, and you don't need to opt into that, and that's what Handshake was built for. We did try to work with ICANN, and I think it's just that there's a fork in the road, and, I think if other people could learn from this, there should be a root, not just a name extension, right? So if you see a project coming out selling domains, are they using the ICANN root? Are they using a Handshake root? Are they making their own root? And that's the main point of this video. I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter. I got a whole series going. Of course, I linked to the blog post. I linked to their announcement of the... This is... it's gone now. We could way back it, but yeah. I think they're in emergency mode. I didn't know that would happen. But they took down that .agent announcement now, or put it behind a login or something. But anyways, I think that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next series of the alt root zone. You do not need to use the ICANN root. You can use another root. And I think with the agentic web, it's really becoming less of a big deal. You understand? Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.